The yoga postures, the asanas, are said to have two main components to them. Often we usually only focus on the one, which is to become more flexible, more open. But by definition, the asanas are of two components, which are Sthira and Sukha, which means almost like stability and space or openness. And so we could imply that as flexibility and strength or structure. So the two joints specifically that we want to look at as far as these components are concerned are the shoulders, so the shoulder girdle, and the hips. So when we're practicing yoga, these are basically two main joints that we do a lot of movement from. So the shoulder joint would be the one that has a lot of movement. We basically have just our shoulder blade here that sits on the back of our rib cage. Unlike Scully, it's not screwed to the back of the ribs, so it's freely floating. And then the arm bone, the humerus, the head of the humerus just plugs into the side, and all of our muscles are responsible for actually holding our arm and our shoulder and holding our shoulder blade on the back of the rib cage. The hips, on the other hand, would be the really stable, strong part of the body. So we've got a very, very large socket in the pelvis and the hip bone that your entire head of your femur actually sits in. And then on top of that, we have these very large muscles, large, strong muscles that wrap around. So a lot of times what we're looking at in the hip joint is we want to create more flexibility, more openness. So some of our deeper, longer yin type holds where we're working into stretching and releasing the tissue as well as getting deep into the connective tissue layers are common. On the shoulders, on the other hand, we need to ask ourselves, how can we make our shoulder girdle stable like our pelvis?